There's no such thing as a tough conversation. It's a real conversation, and a lot of real conversations are evaded because a lot of people are uncomfortable when it comes to dealing with it. Welcome back to my channel. I am Mikala Leinani, also known as MK, and today, I wanted to really touch on my heart chakra because we're going to be touching on a topic about love and being a spiritual being in love or loving. So let's just go ahead and get started with the video. So like I said, I am touching on the heart chakra. So you see me with the green on the head. I got the green on the eyes. I don't do my makeup like that, but your girl been feeling good. I've been feeling real good. I thought I would recreate the look for the premiere that I went to. I fell in love and I'm like, well, I might as well do my makeup for the video since I will be talking about love, and since love is green when you're talking about the heart chakra. So boom. Bam. Now, I'm going to be looking down, got notes, because I really have some things I don't want to miss when I'm talking about love and love as a spiritual being, how it is, what it feels like, and all that jazz. So let's just really get into it. The first question about love is, what does it feel like as a spiritual being? And personally for me, love doesn't feel like anything. Love feels calm. It feels like ease, I was in a previous relationship where, you get those butterflies. Oh, they give me butterflies, blah, blah, blah. But little do you guys know, butterflies are not a good sign at all. If you're getting butterflies, it's because your body is telling you there's something that you need to be aware of. This is causing some type of anxiousness within the body. It is not a good feeling. Like, it's different when you're talking about nerves before you go on stage, if you're a performer or something like that, or, in those type of aspects of life. But when it comes to a relationship, you should not be getting butterflies from the person that you're dealing with. I've had this multiple times in multiple different situations. I used to get butterflies when I was talking to my ex. It's just not a good feeling. So for me and my experience, love as a spiritual being thus far has felt like nothing. It just feels like, I don't have to worry. And that's something that you really want to, I guess, experience. It's not, for me at least, oh my God, this super blissful, blah, blah, blah. To me, just love feels like nothing. It kind of feels like you're able to be your transparent self. Like, you can just be you without worrying. And that's one of the most important aspects when it comes to love, because a lot of times you will change how you are and who you are to be with somebody, and you shouldn't be doing that. You should not be doing that. Please hear me when I say, do not change anything about yourself to be with someone unless you're bettering yourself for yourself in the beginning. Let's talk about the ease of love as a spiritual being. The brain and society has put a stigma on conversation and communication when it comes to relationships. And we put these quotes around tough relationships or tough conversations in relationships. And I want to be the first one to tell you, first, that is a figment of the mind. That is something that was pushed on us by society. There's no such thing as a tough conversation. It's a real conversation, and a lot of real conversations are evaded because a lot of people are uncomfortable when it comes to dealing with that. And you should never be uncomfortable to talk about something real and that is present in a relationship. And if you are, then that love is, I want to say, not meant for you in a sense, or it's not good for you at that time, or it may in some way be toxic one way or the other. It doesn't have to be physical, but it can be mental and emotional. So you have to really figure out, am I able to have tough conversations, quote unquote, real conversations, without any anxiousness or worry. I'll always refer back to my past because that's where we gain our experience. I remember trying to have these tough conversations or these real conversations about how I felt about something I did not like. You know, I would try to have these real conversations, and my body would shake so bad, y'all. When I tell you, I would literally just be in there, and it's like I couldn't stop shaking. I couldn't even get out my words. My voice would be shaking, and it was a very uncomfortable experience because the situation itself was toxic. And so now that I have transitioned out of that situation, grew within myself, healed, and I have now experienced a new situation, I experienced not having to struggle with talking about something real. I don't have any worries. I don't have any fears. I don't have any type of anxiousness. I just say it how it is, because as being a spirit, you know, it either is or it isn't. There's no sugarcoating shit, which can be sometimes tough for your partner because you're blatantly honest, and it could be, in a sense, hurtful depending on how you say things, which is honestly, truth be told, one thing I'm working on, because I know I have learned so much within myself, and I became so comfortable within myself that I'ma just tell you like it is, and it's not meaning to hurt your feelings, but it can possibly hurt your feelings. But I no longer have that fear of expressing myself, saying what I do or I don't like, saying what I am comfortable with or I'm not comfortable with, you know, just addressing issues at hand. Truly do not let what society deems uncomfortable or a tough conversation, don't let that make you feel that that is what it is, because it's not. A lot of things in this world are preconditioned by society, by our parents, by life experience and what you have been told and taught, and it really isn't as hard as we make it seem. It's not as bad as we make it seem. It's real or it's fake. So I also learned loving as a spirit, it's so interesting because there's this nonchalantness to it for me. I have no fear of losing the person I'm with. I have no worry about any of that, which I will be diving deeper into in the next video about codependency, so stay tuned. But I have no fear of loss in a relationship, because the only thing that you should ever worry about is yourself. I feel like in a lot of relationships, and when it's coming through, or when you're loving with ego, you have this codependent nature to grasp onto something, have ownership and possessiveness over someone, and you don't. And the only thing you should ever truly care about is yourself. Like, don't have any attachment on another being, because they are not yours. They are not your property. They are not your possession. Just because you are experiencing that person at that time does not mean you have obligation, one, or you have obligation to them, or they have obligation to you. Being in a relationship truly is all about courtesy. And that's what I've been learning as being a spiritual being. It's all about courtesy. If somebody wants to call you 24/7, if somebody wants to tell you certain things about their life, if somebody wants to let you know where they're going, it's all a courtesy. It is not an obligation. And I feel like we get that misconstrued because we've seen what relationships have been in this human race, and oh, they should tell you where they're going if they ask, and blah blah blah. You should be able. It's a courtesy. It is not an obligation. If I don't want to tell you where I'm going, then I don't have to tell you where I'm going. You're not my parent, blah blah blah. It honestly is like that. But as we've grown in this society, we have learned other ways of operating in relationships that aren't, you know, healthy. Now, since I kind of went off on a tangent, back to what I was talking about, that attachment. There is no sense of attachment. And I am nothing but grateful to actually experience that, because you can really lose yourself being in a relationship with another being if you do not truly love yourself. In some ways, love is truly nonchalant for me. It's just, it is what it is. It's about truly enjoying the experience while you have it, because you don't know how long you will experience it with that being, and allowing that other being to be themselves. Again, do not operate out of ego. I'm grateful that I've had this opportunity to have that past experience, and know that I was operating out of ego, to then get out of that situation, learn how to operate out of my spirit and my higher self, and transfer that into other relationships that I am currently in, platonic or romantic. And you know that, I mean, things kind of just are the way they are, and to not take everything so personal. So when you operate out of your higher self, you really, I mean, it's like you truly learn so much, and it, like, you alleviate so much of that unnecessary human experience of pain, because it truly isn't real unless you make it. Oh, and let me insert this clip of Lauren London, because she really said it. She did a phenomenal job explaining this as well, because I watched a interview with her, and she was talking about how she didn't even get the opportunity to experience love without ego with Nip before he passed. So I'm gonna just go ahead and let you guys take a look.
A lot of times, not all the time, we are in such of in our ego that we are in possession of another person. We're not experiencing them. We're not totally loving them and letting them be free. We think we're supposed to be together forever. And that's not a spiritual relationship. Spiritual relationship is without the ego. It is we are together. I bring you up, inspire you, you inspire me. Now, if there ever comes a point where I'm not inspired anymore, and that now I'm in my ego, now I feel I need to possess you, now I feel the need to control you, and you're mine, I'm in my ego. And that's not love. There's love in there, but now I'm operating more in my ego and not in my pure love. And I can say this because I operated from these spaces before.
I was gonna ask you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
you mine.
Yeah.
And can't nobody, you know what I mean? But that, nobody is yours unless the agreement is that we're gonna experience Earth a little bit longer than some. Right?
So all in all, you guys, love is truly just peace within the self and acceptance of what is and what isn't. There's no attachment to the outcome of any situation in any relationship, and it's just truly feeling the positive nature within all experiences and noticing it's not happening to you, but it's happening for you. If some things don't work, they fall apart, so better things can fall together. So this is the end of this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe, and please share your thoughts down below on how you feel about love operating out of the higher self and not the ego, because I want to make sure I'm getting comments that are not egotistical. If you haven't done the work, please go do it. But yeah, I truly appreciate you guys for coming to watch and listen. And make sure you guys stay safe out there. And I will see you guys in my next video.